When there's stress and turmoil, women's brains are generally designed to communicate it. But men feel the same stress and turmoil, often for slightly different reasons, but even more significant, they don't really know how to communicate that effectively as well as women. But when a man has a special needs child, there's a huge amount of suffering, because the greatest pain and suffering for men is the feeling of powerlessness, that I can't solve a problem. You see, what helps men to lower stress, to cope with stress, is to solve problems. If I know what to do, if I'm confident and I know what to do to solve this problem, then we feel good. But if there's nothing I can do to solve the problem, then suddenly we start to experience huge suffering unless we can just forget it. That's why men will often say to each other, oh, forget it, don't worry about it, it's no big deal, let's go watch a game. But when you have a special needs child, you can't just forget it. It's that child's right there, and you're feeling like, what can I do to solve this problem? What then happens is a man's testosterone converts into estrogen. Whenever a man has a problem and he doesn't know what to do to solve it, and there's some urgency, testosterone, the hormone that helps him cope with stress, turns into the female hormone, estrogen, and suddenly his brain is flooded with emotions. And this is huge suffering for men, and they don't know how to deal with it. And what a wife can do is understand at those times that if he does talk about what's going on, don't say anything, and don't try to fix it, and don't try to help him, but simply be quiet. Another thing is to encourage him to go out to be alone. If he wants to be alone, leave him alone. Men often process best by calming the brain, and in a sense, being distracted. So you might even suggest that he go play basketball with his friends. I can see you're really frustrated with this, and I know it's hard for you. Let me take care of this while you go out and spend some time with your friends. Encourage him to sort of get away, because that's what men need to do to cope with stress. Whatever's stressing us out, we need to have a time to recenter ourselves by doing something else, then coming back to it. And of course, the most important thing is that non-judgmental, unconditional love and appreciation that women can have for a man who's doing his best. And that he knows that makes a huge difference. I remember one time I was exhausted from my work, from typing for 18 hours on a book, and my wife saw me and she said, I sure am glad I don't have your job. I felt so appreciated. So anything you can do to acknowledge that he's putting forth effort, and you appreciate that effort, makes a huge difference to man. And this is one of the insights for women to help support their husband going through the challenges of raising a child with special needs.